ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वागीशायस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्य च वक्षसि यस्यास्ते हृदये संविहितं नृसिंहमहं भजे। इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमादिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलभरे नखाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल भरे नखाम अद्भुत श्रृंगा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभिंगा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। हरे कृष्णा। तत्प्रथम अस्मदीय गुरुपाद पद्मनितला नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज जी के अभय चरणारविंदों में अनंत कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम अर्पण करता हूँ। अंतर उपस्थित रेड्डी पाद सन्यासी श्री पतिलाल रेड्डी महाराज नाम संत श्री अनिरुद्धास प्रभु जी और समस्त वैष्णव के चरणों में था के दंड प्रणाम अर्पण करता हूँ। So we'll read about the glories of Sri Nrsimhadev today, and here Srila Gurudev is telling that Prahlad and Bali Maharaj, when Shri Krishna's incarnation, Lord Vamandev, came to the palace of Bali Maharaj in the form of a dwarf Brahman, his feet and legs were naturally very small. He told Bali Maharaj, I want something from you. Bali Maharaj became very happy and said, ask for any boon. A very beautiful wife you want, a kingdom, heaven, wealth, reputation or a position, I can easily give you this. So Bali Maharaj wants to offer charity to Bhagwan Vamandev. Lord Vamandev replied, I am a Brahman boy. I am always satisfied. I don't want anything unnecessary. I only want 3 steps of land so that I may sit there and do bhajan. Bali Maharaj began to laugh and joke with that young Brahman. He said, you are just a boy, a child, and your intelligence is also very small like that of a child. I want to give you everything imaginable, but you do not want that. But all right, I shall give you the 3 steps of land as you desire. Lord Vamandev asked Bali Maharaj to do sankalpa, a ceremony to make a vow that would consecrate the offering and finalize it. Bali Maharaj's guru, Shukracharya, was actually a materialist and was thus worried about his own security. He warned Bali, be careful, don't make a vow to give him anything. Don't believe him. He is Vishnu, not a dwarf. He is the imperishable Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Accepting Kashyap Muni as his father and Aditi as his mother, he has now appeared to fulfill the interest of the demigods. He is cheating you. Give something that will not be harmful to you. Give something, but not in a way he can take everything. Bali Maharaj replied, if he is Vishnu, he will somehow take everything anyway. Everything already belongs to Vishnu, God. So why should I not give what he wants, what he asks? And if he is not Vishnu, he will not be able to take anything except the 3 steps of land. Lord Vamandev then said, if Shukracharya does not assist you in making the vow, I will do personally. Take some water from the vessel and do sankalpa. While Bali Maharaj was preparing to do the sankalpa, Shukracharya thought, he did not obey me and now Vishnu will take everything. I must prevent that water from coming out of the vessel so that the vow will not be completed. Because the water was not coming out, Lord Vamandev took a small stick and pierced a hole in the sprout of that vessel, and blood at once began to flow from it. From where had the blood come? Shukracharya was a powerful mystic yogi. He had just made himself become a very small and had entered the vessel to stop the water from pouring from the spout. And now he had become blind in one eye. Of course, because he always had one eye on worldly things and not transcendental truths, he was actually blind in one eye even before this incident. After the vow was completed, clever Lord Vamandev at once became so tall that his body extended from the earth to the sky. By this pastime, he became also known as Trivikram, for he took three giant steps. His first step encompassed the entire lower half of the universe, and his second step covered the upper half. Now it seemed that there was nothing remaining for Bali Maharaj to give. Vamandev asked, "Where should I put my third step?" Shri Vamandev was very clever, and Bali Maharaj was also clever. Bali replied, "I am fully surrendering to you. Please take my body. Place your foot on my head." He did Atmanivedan, full surrender of the body, words, and mind and heart. But what was the result? Vamandev arrested him and bound him with the ropes of Varuna. There was a great roar of lamentation in all directions. But Bali Maharaj was nonetheless fixed in his determination to serve and love the Lord. It appeared that Lord Vamandev was punishing Bali Maharaj, especially when he ordered that Bali would now have to go to the lower planetary system to reside. Bali would lose his usurped kingdom. It was not an ordinary hellish planet to which the Lord sent Bali. This planet had been created for Bali by the Lord's own desire, and it was more opulent than any heaven. Even had the famous demigod architect Vishwakarma built Bali Maharaj a palace that was far more opulent than that of King of Heaven. Sri Prahlad Maharaj at once arrived along with Lord Brahma, asked Vamandev, "What are you doing, Lord? He has given you everything and you are binding him." This was an indirect glorification. Tears came in the eyes of Prahlad Maharaj out of ecstatic affection for the Lord, and he also had great affection for Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was the son of Virochan, who was the son of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was thus the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. Lord Vamandev saw Prahlad Maharaj was weeping due to love for his family member, and he therefore very humbly said, "Oh Bali Maharaj, you may ask for any benediction." Being very clever, Bali Maharaj replied, "In my palace in Sutal there are 49 gates. There is no certainty by which gate or lane I will go out or in. I request the benediction that you stand at the gate of whatever lane I pass, all the time, day and night." Thus he made Sri Vamandev gatekeeper, and Vamandev Vishnu happily accepted this. Why did Vamandev give this benediction to Bali Maharaj? It was because of the Lord's affection for Prahlad Maharaj. Otherwise, Bali Maharaj hadn't done anything to deserve it. A donation of only a universe cannot bring this mercy of Vishnu. You understand? No one can satisfy the Lord by wealth, position, or any other material offering. Vamandev gave the boon to be always present in Bali Maharaj palace due to Prahlad Maharaj. He told Prahlad, "Always remain there in Sutal and be happy with your relatives there, and I will always be here." Prahlad and Banasur. Have you heard King Banasur? He was a devotee of Lord Shiva and he had thousands of arms. Aniruddha, the grandson of Lord Krishna, was in love with Banasur's daughter Usha. Aniruddha secretly went to Banasur's palace to stealthily meet with her. Banasur found out and wanted him arrested. Aniruddha fought to protect himself, but he was finally defeated and arrested by Banasur and his army. Narad, who is also a clever personality, brought the news of this to Sri Krishna and Sri Baladev. He told them, "Banasur has captured your grandson." At once, along with his entire army, Krishna reached there and began to fight with Banasur. Banasur used his 1,000 arms to fight with many clubs, arrows, and other weapons. But during that battle, Krishna cut off all his arms and hands except for four. In the meantime, Banasur remembered his Lord Shankar, Lord Shiva, immediately came and began to fight with Banasur's sides. Lord Sri Krishna shot a special arrow called Vishnu Jwar, and Shankar shot his Shiva Jwar. Shankar was defeated and then remembered Parvati, who came to that spot. There was a demigoddess named Kotara who was worshipped by Banasur, and their relationship was as mother and son. Mother Kotara was upset that Banasur's life was in danger. So she appeared on the scene. With naked body and scattered hair, she stood before Lord Krishna. Shri Krishna didn't like the sight of this naked woman, and to avoid seeing her, he turned his face. We see this demigoddess as a manifestation of the power of Shankar, Parvati Devi. Krishna then stopped his fighting and said, "O Shankar, O Parvati, what do you want?" They requested, "We want that he be spared. Please don't kill him." Krishna said, "All right, I bless him that he will be loyal to you. He will properly worship you." Why was all this enacted by the Lord? The reason is that Banasura was also in the dynasty of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. Ultimately, Krishna did not favor Banasura because of Shankar or Parvati, nor for any reason other than Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad and Ravan. When Lord Vishnu was in palace of Bali Maharaj, as the gatekeeper of his entire palace, Ravan came to conquer the world. Conquering almost everywhere, he arrived in Sutala and wanted to fight with Bali Maharaj. He knew that Bali Maharaj was a very strong personality, and so he desired to defeat him. However, when Lord Vishnu saw Ravan coming, he simply kicked him with his stone, and at once Ravan flew very far away to Lanka. Why did he do this? It was because of Ravan, who would have otherwise disturbed Prahlad Maharaj and his grandson Bali Maharaj. He threw Ravan from there because of his affection for Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad and Durvasa Muni. The Puranas relate still another history. Dwarka was once invaded by a demon called Kusha, and its residents became afraid. The demon wanted to kill all the inhabitants of Dwarka, who thus began to weep. They begged the sage and the powerful yogi Durvasa Muni, "Please go like the wind and find out our Lord. You must know where he is. Please ask him to come at once and save us." Durvasa Muni went to Sutal and prayed to Lord Vishnu. "The demon Kusha has invaded Dwarka and is about to kill all your citizens. Please come and save them." Lord Vishnu told him, "Aham bhakta paradhino hi asatantra iva dvija sadhuvir grasta hridayo bhakto bhakta jana priya." Shri Bhagavan said to Durvasa Muni, "I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not at all independent. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the course of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee? Even those who are my devotees of my devotees are very dear to me. I am not independent of my devotees. I am under their control. If you like, you can pray to Bali Maharaj. If he orders me to go, then I can go, otherwise I cannot." Durvasa then approached Bali Maharaj and said, "O Bali Maharaj, please allow Lord Vishnu to go with me to save the residents of Dwarka, otherwise they will all die." Bali Maharaj replied, "You are capable of performing great tasks. You know everything. You should know that it is not for me to say whether this clever and tricky personality should go or not. Lord Brahma and Lord Shankar always offer obeisances to his lotus feet. How can I order him to go? It is not so easy to order the Lord to do something. I do not know what will happen to the residents of Dwarka, but I will not order him to go. I cannot allow it." Bali Maharaj did not want the Lord to leave him. He knew that the Lord can do anything by his inconceivable power. So the Lord can stay in Sutal and at the same time he can go to Dwarka and save the devotees there. Why did Bali Maharaj have such power? It is because Prahlad Maharaj was there. What an exalted devotee Prahlad Maharaj is. Prahlad the preacher. You may know that Prahlad Maharaj accepted the kingdom of the world from Lord Nrsimhadev. He never accepted the boon of Vaikuntha, salvation and so on, but he accepted the kingdom of the world. Why? He thought, in this way, I may easily preach devotion to the Lord everywhere. If you have money, there is no harm in that. Use it in the service of Lord Shri Krishna to preach bhakti everywhere. Then Krishna will be happy. All the devotees will be happy. And Bhakti will be happy and will also be happy. Prahlad the warrior. Once Prahlad Maharaj visited Naimisharanya and there he saw a sage with matted locks who had with him a bow and arrows and a sword. It is a duty of the Vedic king to maintain the proper religious and social system of Varnashram Dharma, and therefore Prahlada asked him, why do you have weapons? You wear garments of an initiate performing austerities, and at the same time you have a sword and bow and arrows. Why? I cannot allow you to do this. Either you be a sage or a Kshatriya warrior. If you don't agree to follow my instructions, if you like, you can fight with me and try to defeat me. But I will not allow you to do this. That person said, I accept your challenge. And he became ready to fight. They were fighting for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and 4 days, and Prahlad Maharaj could not defeat him. He began to wonder, who is he? Why am I not able to defeat him? He then entered a trance of meditation. In that meditation, he at once saw that the same garland he had made with his own hands and given that morning to his deity of Lord Nrsimhadev was on the neck of that person he was fighting. Prahlad realized, oh, he is a very big trickster. And he began to laugh. He dropped his bow and arrow and exclaimed, oh Lord! The Supreme Lord then gave him darshan as Nrsimhadev. Prahlad Maharaj asked him, I promised to defeat you, but I could not. What should I do? Lord Nrsimhadev wanted to test him, otherwise, who could fight against him? The Lord answered, I am always defeated by you. Not only today, but always. You always defeat me. By your devotion. How exalted a devotee is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad and Narad. Narad Muni was once traveling from the places of one devotee to another, telling each other, you are the greatest recipient of Sri Krishna's mercy. He had gone from worldly devotees to Lord Brahma, to Lord Shiva, and then he came to Prahlad Maharaj and purified him in many ways. In another instance, Sri Narad Muni prayed, Lord Vishnu, I once received a curse from Daksha, who told me you will not be able to stay anywhere for more than a moment, for as long as it takes to milk a cow. Jara, old age personified, had previously come to Narad and told him, I want to marry you. He at once fled on his way to Golok, and Jara also cursed him in the same way. Now, Narad begged Lord Vishnu, I don't care about these curses. I want to always remain in Sutal and serve you there. Why did this incident take place? Prahlad Maharaj is there, and due to this, Lord Vishnu always remains there. Prahlad and Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. There are so many more teachings and glorifications of Sri Prahlad Maharaj, and that is why Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada said that everyone should read about the life of Prahlad at least 108 times. He personally also gave at least 108 lectures about Prahlad. If you really want to be happy, don't try to gallop over Prahlad Maharaj to be in Vrindavan. Don't be mad for Gopi Prem. First be like Prahlad, gradually be like Hanuman, then Pandavas, then Uddhava, and then any servant of the Gopas and Gopis. We cannot attend Gopi Prem before doing this. Try to follow all the instructions of Prahlad. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu, Bhakti Chena Valakshana, Kriyate Bhagavati Adha Tanmanne Aditamuttamam. Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming His servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto Him, in other words, serving Him with the body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. Try to follow Prahlad and also follow your Guru. Don't disobey him. Always perform Vishrambhena Guru Seva, intimate service to Gurudev. Follow all the instructions of the Goswamis and be happy forever. My benediction to you. Today I will pray to Lord Krishna and Lord Nrsimhadev for you all. Now we will see a drama about Lord Nrsimhadev. I must be completed before dark at once. It must be completed before dark at once. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. This is a very nice lecture about It is actually summarizing Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Some Srila Gurudev spoke about Brihad Bhagavatamritam here. So, Srila Gurudev is telling us that today is a very auspicious day. This was lecture given in 2003, May 14, Sri Prahlad Maharaj Confidential Facts. I think I was there that time. It is the appearance day of Sri Nrsimhadev. I came here in the morning and requested that throughout the day, at least 12 speakers discuss the subject. Now I think it would have been better that they had not spoken anything but just read the verses and the purports given by Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Swami Maharaj. This would have been a million times better. I do not appreciate that they discussed topics that were not on the subject of Lord Nrsimhadev. I wanted that the chapters on the pastimes of Sri Prahlad be read, the first chapter to the end of the last chapter. I indicated this, but the speakers did not do so. I am very worried how will they be able to preach if they cannot follow my instructions. This was not the appearance day of Jay and Vijay. That part should have been told in outline. The speakers should have simply read Srimad Bhagavatam and its purport given by Srila Swami Maharaj. I heard that one speaker said in his class that Ravan has 10 heads. What was the purpose of telling this today? Another bogus speaker also spoke out of subject by saying that Ravan attended the Swayamvar of Sita. What was the purpose of saying this? I don't know. They should have spoken about the teachings of Prahlad to the children of the demons. That would have been good and I would have been very happy. Why did they speak out of subject? I don't know. How can they preach my mission? They should not speak out of subject any time. I know that I had told Mahi Bharat, Radha Kanta, Atul Krishna Prabhu, they would have done better than these speakers. I don't want that in the future they do all these unwanted things. I thought that they would have read Srimad Bhagavatam, that's what I told. But they haven't done, perhaps he, Ashram Maharaj, followed something, and Aranya Maharaj also spoke something. But for hours and our speakers were out of subject, telling bogus things. I think you should speak anything that I haven't told. You shouldn't speak anything that I haven't told. Otherwise, you'll speak so much out of subject, bogus things that are not written in Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, or anywhere. Try to follow my example. I never leave the appropriate subject. Only speak what is written thoroughly in Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. Only hear from bona fide persons. I wanted that all the best things to be told. Be alert and be very careful about this. Now I am coming to the subject. When Prahlad Maharaj returned from the school of the atheist teachers, Shanda and Amarka, and spoke to his father about the principle of Krishna consciousness, his father angrily told his teachers, I will take your heads. Why did you teach Prahlad about devotional service to Vishnu? Trembling, the teachers replied, we have not taught Prahlad this. We don't know why he is speaking about it. You can ask him whether we taught him this. Hiranyakashipu turned to Prahlad and asked, where have you learned this? If these two haven't told you this, then who has told you? Why are you boldly saying these things about surrendering to Vishnu, my enemy? And Prahlad Maharaj began to speak. The Gurudev asking one devotee, remember this shloka? You should speak on this topic. I wanted that this subject should be spoken, but not sure what they spoke. Atul Krishna Das. Matirna Krishne Paratasvato Va Vitho Vipatte Dagruha Pratanam Adanta Govir Vishatam Tamishram Puna Punashchar Vidacharvananam. Materialistic persons are simply mulling over what has already been mulled and chewing what has already been chewed because their senses are not controlled. They are proceeding towards the dreadful hell of this material existence, repeatedly trying to enjoy that which has already been consumed. The intelligence of such materially affected persons can neither be turned towards Bhagavan Shri Krishna by their own endeavor, by the instruction of others, or by the association of similar materialistic persons. Prahlad said, oh my dear father, those whose consciousness is not fixed on Krishna, but on other things, even if they take help from others, even if they come together, they will not be able to understand what is the goal of their life and what is in their self-interest. The real self-interest is to engage in Hari Bhajan. Their problem is that they have uncontrolled senses. They are Graha Prata. They have taken a vow to remain in this world and somehow find happiness. Following their uncontrolled senses, they are chewing something which has already been chewed. There is no real enjoyment or rasa in this world, but we are very foolish. We are endeavoring so hard to get one drop of happiness. Following this path, they are going toward the darkest region of ignorance, and they will go to hell and suffer their reactions. So, Srila Gurudev, who will go? Guru and disciples both will go to hell. So, Atul Krishnadas Prabhu says, yes, Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnum durashayaye bahirarthamanina andha yathandhair upaniyamanas tepi shatantrayam urudamne baddha. Persons who are strongly entrapped by the consciousness of enjoying material life and who have therefore accepted as their leader a guru or a similar blind man attached to external sense objects cannot understand that the goal of life is to give up this material life and engage in the service of Lord Vishnu. As blind men guided by another blind man miss the right path and fall into a ditch, materially attached men led by another materially attached man are bound by the ropes of fruitive labor, which are made of the very strong cords, and they continue again and again in material life, suffering the threefold miseries. Prahlad continued, they don't know that their real self-interest, the ultimate goal of life, is to worship Sri Krishna. Instead, they place all their false hopes in trying to enjoy this world and place all their hopes in material things. They are blind and they are following other similar blind persons, and the result is that they will fall in the ditch. Srila Gurudev. Then Hiranyakashipu became very angry and told Prahlad, you want to say that I am blind? My Guru Shukracharya is also blind. Shanda and Amarka are also bogus persons. You think that you know better than them? I'll kill you. Then Prahlad told, Naisham Matistavad Dukramangrim Sprashati Anarthapagamo Yadartha Mahiyasam Padarajo Vishekam Nishkinchananam Navranitayavat. The lotus feet of Urukrama, who is glorified for his uncommon activities, destroy all anarthas in the heart. However, those who are very materialistic cannot be attached to his lotus feet until they smear their bodies with the dust from the lotus feet of great souls who are absorbed in Bhagavad Prem and who are completely freed from material attachments. Yes, you both are blind. Your guru and you are demons. I know you are blind. If you are not taking the dust of the lotus feet of highly qualified Vaishnavas, then your mati intelligence cannot be changed. How can your intelligence be fixed on the lotus feet of Krishna if you are not bathed in the dust of the lotus feet of any elevated Vaishnavas? It will not be possible. So who are Nishkinchan? Nishkinchan are those who have no possession, and Krishna is their only possession. In their heart, Sri Krishna, in their heart is Sri Krishna, their only possession. So, the Gurudev is telling, good, I wanted all these things to be explained, but bogus speakers told so many things out of subject. I don't know how they will preach in the future. I don't want these things. What became afterwards? Hiranyakashipu became furious, and taking his sword and club, he ordered his men, bring mad elephants and poisonous snakes, throw them on him so that they will kill him, bring poison, forcibly give it to him, bring my sister to put him in a fire, throw him from a mountain into the ocean and bind him to a stone so that he'll drown. They did that. Thousands of soldiers came to kill him, but they could not accomplish the result they desired. Hiranyakashipu became anxious and fearful, thinking, I wanted to kill him, but he's not dying, and it may be that I'll be killed by him. Shanda and Amarka arrived and consoled him. They said, don't be worried. You have controlled Indra and all the demigods, and Indra is like a mosquito compared to them. Why are you so anxious? Prahlad is like a mosquito compared to them. Why are you so anxious? Wait a bit, wait a little. Our father Shukracharya has gone away for meditation. He will return shortly and make Prahlad a very good boy. Don't worry. They took Prahlad with them to their school and began again to teach him politics, duplicity, hypocrisy, diplomacy, how to earn money and how to rule a country, to divide and to control. Prahlad did not say anything in the class. He was simply remembering Lord Krishna. One day the teachers told Prahlad, we are going out for an important job, so some time you should watch over these boys like a monitor. We'll return very soon. With their teachers absent, the boys began to play here and there. Prahlad requested them, don't do so. Please hear. I'll tell you something that will make your life happy. Prahlad Maharaj then began to tell what the speakers did not touch. I am very worried. Nrsimhadev, the children wanted to play and engage in self-realization when they are older. Prahlad told, Kaumar acharet pragyo dharman bhagvataniya durlabham manusham janma tadapi adhruvam arthadam. Prahlad Maharaj said, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of life from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements. The human body is most rarely achieved. Although temporary like other bodies, it is meaningful because in human life one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. We should pursue self-realization from an early age. Suppose if we have 100 years to live, 50 years are wasted in sleeping, and 10 years are wasted playing foolishly as a child, 10 years in material education, 10 years in self-gratification, getting married, having children, etc. 20 years are wasted in old age. So don't pursue economic development or money as that doesn't bring happiness. So Prem Prayojan Das. Kaumara acharit pragyo dharman bhagvataniha durlabham manusham janma tadapi adhruvam arhadam. Prahlad is telling his friends, this human form of life is very rarely achieved after many millions of lifetimes. Srila Gurudev, you should think that Prahlad Maharaj is instructing you all and try to follow all these instructions in your life. Then you should help others. If you are not following them yourself, then how can you teach others? Prem Prayojan Das. The human form of life is also temporary like other births. But this human birth is arthadam. It has the power to give something other births cannot give. Dharman, Bhagavatan, here. In the human form of life, one can engage in Bhagavad Dharma, Prema Dharma, loving devotional service to Krishna. This is done from the very beginning from your life. From the very beginning from your life. As one grows older, one collects sanskar, which will be obstacles to perform bhajan at an older age. There will be deep attachment to family and household possessions. Srila Gurudev, tat prayaso na kartavyo. Shri Prem Prayojan Das, tat prayaso na kartavyo yata ayur vayam param na tatha vindate kshemam mukunda charanam bhujam. Endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed, for they result only in a loss of time and energy with no actual profit. If one's endeavors are directed towards Krishna consciousness, one can surely attain the spiritual platform of self-realization. There is no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic development. Just as distress comes without any endeavor, happiness also comes without endeavor. If you are working hard in this world to attain material happiness, it is a waste of time because all will come according to karma. So don't waste your time in this. Srila Gurudev, have you explained about 100 years? You should tell that. Prem Prayojan Das. If you don't take the path of devotion, then 50 years of your life will be wasted in sleeping. The first 10 years will be wasted in playing games. 10 years will be spent in education and in learning some skill of profession to maintain your life. And the last 20 years, you will be old and many diseases will be there. So how will you engage in bhajan? Like Gurudev. At a time, how can you give up your newly married wife and whipping small children? Prem Prayojan Das, when you collected so many material attachments, how can you give them up? Even if you try to give them up, I will it will come in your mind again and again. Srila Gurudev, if your father is so old, how can you give him up? If your little children will be very lovingly calling Papa, Mama, how will you be able to give up absorption in them? Your beautiful gardens and beautiful dogs, how will you give them up? So it is better to give up everything material and chant and remember Lord Krishna. Very good. Prahlad told his classmates, if you want to be happy, then practice Bhakti Yoga, devotional service to Lord Krishna. What was that? Srila Madhav Maharaj. Sripad Madhav Maharaj. The classmates asked, how can we practice Bhakti Yoga? Prahlad, it is very simple and doesn't require much endeavor. Guru Shushrashaya Bhaktya Sarvalabdharpanena Cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishvara Aradhanena Cha. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him, and with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master, and in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord. You have to serve your spiritual master with Shushrashaya Bhakti, just like it has been mentioned in the scriptures, Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite kadita yartha prakashante mahatmana. The conclusive essence of the Shrutis is only revealed to those great souls who have parabhakti unto Shri Bhagavan and who have an equal amount of bhakti to Gurudev. The amount of parabhakti one has towards Bhagavan should be the same as towards Gurudev. Gurudev is not model. Then surely the meanings and essence of scriptures will come to the heart. Shanda and Amarka are not bona fide gurus, nor is their father Shukracharya, because they are absorbed in material things. Guru is not attached to material things. He is expert in all the scriptures and he is a realized soul. If you go and serve him, then very easily you can understand whatever you should offer at the feet of Gurudev. You should engage with the Vaishnavas as per the 6 exchanges as mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamrita. Srila Gurudev, the students asked, Prahlad, you are always attending the school of Shanda and Amarka, so where did you learn this philosophy? Sripad Madhav Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj replied, I never learned anything from these bogus gurus. My guru is Sri Narad Rishi. When I was in my mother's womb, I learned all this philosophy from Sri Narada. The Gurudev, Prahlad asked, are you convinced? The children replied, oh yes, we are all convinced. Then come with me and perform Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy names. And he then began Sankirtan. Shri Krishna Gopala Hare Mukunda Govinda He Nanda Kishora Krishna Ashriya Shoda Tanaya Prasida Shri Vallavi Jeevan Radhikesha Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. The devotees present also began kirtan, but they were stopped by the loud voice of Sripad Ashram Maharaj, acting as Hiranyakashipu, who was in turn ripped open by Sripad Mahi Bharat Das, acting as Lord Nrsimhadev in that 2-minute drama. Thank you for this good demonstration, Srila Gurudev said. In a moment, Lord Nrsimhadev pulled Hiranyakashipu's intestines out, put them around his neck, and began to roar. His mane began to fly in the air and made it seem as though the whole world would be finished. He was so furious that Lord Brahma, Lord Shankar, Sri Lakshmi Devi, and all other great personalities who arrived to watch the scene thought, oh, he will destroy the whole universe. They requested Lord Brahma, you are his son, you should go and pacify him. Fearful, Lord Brahma objected, oh, this time I cannot go. The demigods then they requested Lord Shankar to pacify him, but he said, I cannot go. After that, they asked Lakshmi Devi, you are always serving and massaging him in the spiritual world. Please go and pacify him. She replied, today I cannot go. Brahma and others, they requested Prahlad, you can do it, you should go. Hearing this, Prahlad very boldly and with no fear at all jumped onto the lap of Lord Nrsimhadev. Seeing Prahlad, Lord Nrsimhadev began to weep bitterly with many tears flowing from his lotus eyes. He began licking Prahlad's body as a lion licks his cubs, because he was in the form of half animal and half man. After that, he told Prahlad, I am very upset that I have delayed. Your father gave you so much trouble. He even tried to kill you, and I delayed. Excuse me for this delay, and take any benediction you like. Prahlad Maharaj said, I am not a business person. I don't want to beg anything or take any boon in exchange for my service to you. Prahlad, you must ask a boon. Because you are seeing me must not go in vain. You must ask any boon, please, to please me, otherwise I will not be pleased. Prahlad said, please excuse my father and liberate him. It has been done. How has been done? 21 generations of an Uttamadhikari, topmost Vaishnava, will be liberated, even if the generations of family members are not devotees. For those who are Madhyamadhikari, second class devotees, their fathers and mothers of 14 generations will be liberated. If one is even a Kanishtha, neophyte devotee, but sincerely chanting and remembering Krishna, then 7 generations will be easily liberated. Your father is in the first generation, therefore he will surely be liberated. And ask for any benediction. Prahlad said, if you want to give me a benediction, grant me that I should live in this world for many years, suffering everyone's problems, which they have received due to their reactions of their sinful activities and their pain of their endless chain of birth and death, so that all will be liberated from top to bottom. How can this be? Lord Nrsimhadev asked. Prahlad said, you can do this very easily, because you can come to you can come for your devotees. All the living beings are part and parcel of you, and they are your eternal servants. So I know that you can certainly liberate them. Lord Nrsimhadev then said, if anyone hears, remembers, and tells others about our pastimes, they will certainly be liberated. They will be liberated gradually, first taking shelter of Sri Gurudev by instruction and initiation. Srila Prahlad Maharaj never asked for salvation or Saitya Mukti, the impersonal liberation or merging into the Supreme Lord's effulgence. He rejected everything material, and therefore is a high class Param Bhagavad, great devotee. Nrsimhadev told him, you will be the great example, you will be the ideal example. People will say, always be a great devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. He is a devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. When the subject of bhakti, pure devotional service comes, people will say, oh, Prahlad Maharaj was Mahabhagavat, a pure devotee. So many difficulties in life came, but he tolerated them all. He never cursed his father or replied in harsh words. We should try to realize these truths and try to practice Bhakti Yoga like Prahlad Maharaj. I wanted the speakers to elaborate and discuss this today in class. I am very worried. I am disappointed. The subject should be dealt with and giving up others. In the future, you should be careful about this. I wanted to glorify Prahlad Maharaj, but so many other subjects entered. Why did Lord Nrsimhadev appear from a pillar? He did not. He did so to make the words of his devotee true. Before being killed, Hiranyakashipu had asked Prahlad, where is your Lord? Have you ever seen him? Prahlad had replied, oh yes, he is everywhere. There is no place where he is not. He is in the atom, in the heart of all living beings, everywhere. Do you believe this? Devotee, yes. Then know that Lord Krishna is watching you, everywhere and in all circumstances. If you are stealing anything or doing any nonsense, others may not realize what you are doing, but he knows, he is everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu said, is he in the pillar? Prahlad replied, certainly. Hiranyakashipu then picked up his club and with his fist, he crushed the pillar. A loud roaring sound at once came from the pillar. Ashram Maharaj roars. Frightened, Hiranyakashipu began looking around to see from where is this sound coming. He then saw that it was coming from the pillar. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana adrishyatatyadbhuta rupamudbhavan Sambha Savayam Namragam Namanusham. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Lord Nrsimhadev is so merciful that he came to fulfill the four Kumaras' curse of jade, which are the two gatekeepers in Vaikuntha who were cursed to come to this world as Hiranyakashipu and his brother, and to fulfill the boon which Brahma gave Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu could not be killed by anyone in creation, nor in the night, or in the day, nor in any month of the year, nor by any weapon. To make Lord Brahma's words true, Lord Nrsimhadev came in the evening at sunset, which is neither day nor night. He did not die in the sky or on the earth, for Lord Nrsimhadev picked him up and put him on his lap. He did not die inside a room or outside, for Lord Nrsimhadev killed him in a doorway. And he did not die by any weapon, for Lord Nrsimhadev killed him with his nails. He ripped Hiranyakashipu apart and took out his intestines. So Lord Nrsimhadev came out from the pillar, and Hiranyakashipu saw that he is everywhere. You may think, I am alone when doing nonsense, but he will see. His eyes are the sun and moon. He is in all the atoms of air. Lord Nrsimhadev wanted to test Prahlad by offering him boons to see if he was willing to be cheated by them. He offered to give him the Sahajya Mukti that was given to Shishupal. He offered to give him that salvation which so many sages and maharshis, saintly kings, and in the line of Shankaracharya cannot achieve in thousands of births. Nrsimhadev was willing to give this to Prahlad very easily, but Prahlad refused it all. He again and again requested Prahlad to accept this, but he refused. Salupya Sashti Sarupya Samipya Ekatvam Yamanam Nagrananti Vinamat Sevanam Jana. My devotees do not accept Salukya, Sarashti, Sarupya, Samipya, oneness with me, even if I offer these liberations in preference to serving me. Prahlad said, I am not a business person. I will not take a boon from you in exchange for my service to you. What to speak of this Sahajya Mukti, impersonal liberation? I don't even have a personal desire to be in the spiritual planets of Vaikuntha. I don't want anything as remuneration. Remuneration. Lord Nrsimhadev asked, what do you want? Prahlad said, please be merciful to all living beings. By that I will be pleased. You will also be pleased because you are Bhakta Vatsal. You have an unlimited desire to please your devotees, and you know that all living beings are your personal eternal servants. Please be merciful and give that benediction to all. If you want, I will stay in this world forever, suffering for all their sinful reactions. But he never took that. He also said, Natayoni sahasreshu yeshu vrajamyam teshu achyuta bhakti achyuta sutasarye. Vishnu Puran. O Master, in all the thousands of births through which I must wander in this world, please let me have unfailing devotion to you, the infallible Supreme Lord. O Achyuta, infallible Lord, I don't mind accepting hundreds of thousands of births, but I want that wherever I will be, I must receive the elevated association of your pure devotees and always worship you. I don't want anything else. Sri Lakshmi Devi, Garuda, Lord Brahma, Lord Shankar, and many other great personalities were present, but Lord Nrsimhadev gave preference to Prahlad Maharaj. He said, I could not cheat you. You have conquered me. I don't favor Sankarshan or my Lakshmi Devi or my messenger and carrier Garuda or Lord Brahma as much as I favor a devotee like you. Therefore, I cannot cheat you. So you have conquered me. Shri Prahlad Maharaj never cared for any problem that arose in his life. He accomplished his mission in a very short time. His father wanted to kill him, but he never cared. If death is to come, it will come, and you will not be able to do anything to protect yourself. Prahlad Maharaj came. Prahlad Maharaj was very bold. You should also be bold like him. I am telling all these truths for you. If death is coming and so many problems and sufferings are coming, try to keep your feet on the head of them all. Don't be upset. Try to do bhajan, chanting and remembering Krishna without any hesitation and not considering any obstacles. This is the teaching of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for attending the online class today. Mancha kalpataru vaishya kripa sindhu bhavacha vardhanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Na Namaste Nrsimhaya Prahladaladayine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Chilatankan Khalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrsimha Vahe Nrsimha Hrudaye Nrsimha Nrsimhadev Sharanam Prapate Tava Karakamalvare Nakam Adbhuta Sringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa Keshavadrita Naraninupam Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jagadish Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Who is Nrsimhadev? He is Krishna himself. Keshava Dhruta Narhari Rupa. Krishna, Keshava, he is the same Keshava. A name of Krishna meaning that he has fine hair. But not directly. He is none other than Chakra. Krishna Chakra, wheel-shaped weapon, becomes Nrsimhadev. When there is a temple installation of Chakra, the prayers are offered to Nrsimhadev. Lord Nrsimhadev's main mercy is to protect the devotees. The Chakra who saved Ambarish Maharaj was Nrsimhadev himself. And the Chakra who killed Shishupal, who was also Nrsimhadev. There is no difference between the two. All the paraphernalia, weapons in the hands of Krishna manifest as his Vishnu incarnations. And it can also be said that his incarnations are manifestations of Baladev Prabhu. So if you have any difficulties or problems given by demons or others, and you call Nrsimhadev, he will come and save you. Vaishnavas therefore have a special consideration regarding Nrsimhadev. We do not worship many other incarnations like Vamandev or Kurmadev or Kalki, but we do worship Nrsimhadev. Since there will be no cooking in the morning and midday today, I would like all the sannyasis and prominent speakers, one by one, to read continuously from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, and to explain the verses up to Prahlad Maharaj, refusing to accept a material boon from Lord Nrsimhadev. The reading should include the way in which Prahlad taught all the demon boys and made them Mahabhagavat. In other words, you should include the chapter in which the first verse beginning Guru Sushrushaya is included. I would like that all of you attend and hear these readings. There is no need of taking prasadam before dusk, the time of Nrsimha's appearance. Only children and those who are old and sick and those whose doctors have advised not to fast, they may take something for their maintenance. If Nrsimhadev sees that you are all fasting and taking so much trouble, he'll be pleased. Otherwise, if you joke and make merry, he'll neglect you. It is for Nrsimhadev that you are accepting this austerity, for all of you to attract his mercy. Today, we do this austerity as we do on Ekadashi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, Gaur Purnima, Ram Navami, the appearance days of Sri Ramchandra and other holy appearance days like Janmashtami and Radhashtami. These austerities are not like those performed by the yogis. These are performed to attract Krishna's mercy, so try to follow. I now want to begin our glorification of Lord Nrsimhadev. Yudhishthira Maharaj once performed a Rajasuya sacrifice. He sent his army under the guidance of Bhima and Arjuna to conquer the entire world, but he did not want to kill anyone. He told his leaders that if the kings and princes of the other lands surrender without fighting, they should simply take attacks from them, and those kings and princes who wanted to fight could fight. Bhima and Arjuna traveled everywhere and took taxes from all the kings, and when they returned, a very high class of fire sacrifice was performed. The question arose at the sacrifice as to who should be worshipped first so that the festival would be successful. Sahadeva proposed Krishna should be worshipped first because he is the Lord of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, and he is here. Bhishma Pitama and others supported this proposal, but Shishupal became very angry. At that time, Shishupal was the leader of Duryodhana and all other demons. He was envious of Krishna and wanted to kill him. He knew about the foretelling at his birth that Krishna would kill him. So he thought that he should kill Krishna first and be saved. He had previously wanted to marry Rukmini, but clever Krishna had kidnapped her in front of him and all other princes and kings, defeating them all, and then married her. Krishna is satisfied and complete. He needs nothing in this world, and he has nothing to do, nothing to take from anyone. Still, for the enactment of his transcendental pastimes, he kidnapped Rukmini and married her, and Shishupal and others could simply wring their hands. When Krishna was living their meals with Rukmini, the other princes and kings had exclaimed, "Alas, this bogus black person in front of generals like Jarasandha and others has kidnapped her." And they could not stop him. He defeated them all and took her away. The Shishupal wanted to take revenge. Now at the Rajasuya sacrifice, he looked at Krishna and began to criticize him and call him ill names. He challenged, "Who is this person?" Krishna actually has no father or mother, but Shishupal accused him that. This person has two fathers and no one knows who is his real father. He has no varna caste and no one knows where he is from. He is not only a thief, but a lusty person, very lusty. When he sees any lady, he becomes attracted and somehow by trick, he brings those ladies to him. Moreover, he is not satisfied with only one lady. He must have thousands and millions of ladies. Not only this, he once climbed on a tree with the garments of the gopis who were taking bath naked, and he told them that they should come before him one by one to get their clothes. What is this silly thing? You have no intelligence. You are so mad that you have selected him to worship him first. As long as I am here, I will not allow this. Hearing this, Duryodhana and other demons clapped. Shishupal considered that as long as he was present, he would not let anyone perform their first worship to Krishna. He said that he would fight for this and not to happen, and he thus managed to utter his 100th offense. When Shishupal's mother had given birth to him, he had four arms. At that time, an aerial voice announced that the person who Shishupal would see and two of his arms would disappear, that person would later kill him. All the relatives had come to see this beautiful and strong four-armed child. Out of social custom, Krishna took many ornaments for that boy, and being a representative of his father, he came to see his cousin brother. When he came near Shishupal, he wanted to take him in his arms, but Shishupal's two arms at once disappeared. His mother began to weep loudly and said, "Krishna, you are my nephew. So I want to request a boon from you. It has been foretold by an aerial voice that whoever my son sees, thus making his two arms disappear, would later kill him. I pray for you not to kill him, even if he offends you. Krishna replied, "Oh yes, I am giving you this boon. I will kill him only when he abuses me more than 100 times. Otherwise, I will not." His mother was very happy and said, "He will never do this. I will train him and teach him good behavior." When Shishupal became older, he learned of this fact. He therefore became angry and continuously abused Krishna. Now, when he had abused him more than 100 times, Krishna took his chakra. The chakra wanted to go very fast, not slowly, as it had moved when it had chased Durvasa. It had been only following behind Durvasa and not killing him. But Shishupal, on the other hand, it sliced off his head at once, and a very effulgent light immediately came from Shishupal's body. That light went into the sky and entered into the body of Krishna. Yukshir Maharaj wondered why rishis, yogis, and merchants after thousands of births of chanting mantras like Soham, Soham, still could not attain the destination of Savitya Mukti, impersonal liberation. How wonderful it was then that this light entered the lotus feet of Krishna. But where did it go? Narayan was present within Krishna's body, and because all the incarnations are always in Krishna, the Supreme Lord, Shishupal thus returned to Narayan in Vaikuntha and became his doorkeeper, Jai. But this was not seen externally. The entire world is in the stomach of Krishna. Narayan and other incarnations can also easily fit there, but still his stomach can be empty and he can feel hungry. Yukshir Maharaj was not an ordinary person. He was very strong, powerful. Hmm. And Arjuna was also. However, when we consider who was stronger, Yukshir Maharaj or Bhima or Arjuna, we find that Arjuna and Bhima were not successful. Vishnu Maharaj was by his mere successful by his mere glance. Bhima was once wrapped by a body of a snake, and that snake would not release him. Yudhishthir then came, simply glanced at that serpent, and he left at once, and it left at once. So do not think that Bhima and Arjuna are more powerful than Yudhishthir. Arjuna's bhakti is superior to the others, but Dharma was especially present in Yudhishthir Maharaj. That is why he was called Dharmaraj, and that is why he was so powerful. When Yudhishthir Maharaj saw Shishupal's soul enter into Krishna's body, he began to think, how wonderful! Even a yogi, rishi, muni does not receive this kind of mercy from Krishna. He then asked Narad Rishi, "You know everything, and you can remove all my doubts. So please explain this. Krishna has no fear of anyone, and he does not want anything from anyone. He is Purnatama, complete, Atma Rama, always happy internally, and Aptakama, satisfied and equal to all. So why does he take the side of devotees and demigods? Why does he defeat and or kill demons? I want to know why." Now replied that the cause of all this is Kala, time, the results of past activities. Sometimes during Satyuga, the age of goodness, the demigods and others like them become prominent in Kalyuga. On the other hand, the demons are more powerful. It seems that Krishna helps certain personalities, but actually the events of this world are controlled by time. Krishna is equal to all, and everything here is thus due to Kala. You should not be angry or criticize anyone. If you are in distress or disturbed by many problems, it is due to yourself. Tattenu kampam susumikshamano bunjana evatmakrutam vipakam Rudvagvapu virvidadan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaiva. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words and body able for is surely eligible for liberation. For it has become his rightful claim. Hare Krishna. So we'll carry on next time. We'll discuss again Prahlad Maharaj. This is a very long article by Gurudev. It's published on purebhakti.com. So I request all of you to read these articles by Gurudev's lectures, transcriptions.
Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Prams, thank you so much. Maharaj, I saw there was a message that came, but it popped up and it went away from me. I don't know if you can see in your inbox.
Pardon?
There was a message that came through a question, Maharaj.
Acha. A question, acha. What was the question actually? The question was, Nrsimhadev flies to Shiva's Sang and visit Mahaprabhu pastime. Can we hear a little bit? Oh, Nrsimhadev flies to Shiva's Sang and visit Mahaprabhu pastime. So, this is a question which was came. It's a good question. Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Goswami Maharaj, I read in his book that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, early in the morning, he was doing bhajan in Godrumadip across the Jalagi river, Saraswati river. And he would see a small drizzle, a little drizzle every morning, about 4 o'clock, 4:30 would come. So he was wondering, how come there is a drizzle every morning? Light rain is coming every morning. Then he actually meditated and he came to know that Lord Nrsimhadev every morning goes to attend the Mangalarti to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Mayapur, Yogapith Mayapur. And then he wrote that, then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur realized actually that um, the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the highest conception in theism, and all other conceptions like Nrsimhadev are subservient to him, and they must bow down. So Lord Nrsimhadev is sitting on Garuda and going early to attend the Mangalarti of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Yogapith Mayapur. So due to the waving of the wings of the gigantic bird Garuda, the clouds were attracted, and there used to be a small drizzle every morning. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur could understand this. So that is what it is. He goes to attend the Mangalarti. So even great personalities, because the greatest is Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna only. The second greatest is Lord Ram, and third greatest is Sri Nrsimhadev. Actually, they are all one. They all are one, but still there is a gradation. Understand? But as Gurudev is telling here that we don't worship so many other incarnations, Vamandev and Kalki and all, but we do worship Nrsimhadev because Nrsimhadev helps us in removing the obstacles in our bhajan. So many obstacles come in life as we are living in this material world. Someone may attack you, some disease may come. Understand? So we can pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to remove the obstacles in our bhajan. Understand? So Nrsimha Caturdasi day is a great day. Prahlad Maharaj, in his past life, was attracted to a prostitute. He was from a Brahmin family. And that prostitute actually ditched him, took away all his wealth and ditched him, and spoke harsh words to him. He was the son of a Brahman by the name Vasudev. So this son of a Brahmana became very unhappy that prostitute has now spoken very harsh words to me. So he went to the jungle, and there was a temple of Lord Nrsimhadev, dilapidated temple. And in that temple he spent entire night. And remembering that prostitute, he didn't eat anything and he didn't sleep at all. And that was the night of Nrsimha Caturdasi. And the prostitute also felt remorse that this man has uh, spent so much money on me and given me so much love and affection, and how I harshly I spoke to him. So she also came to that dilapidated temple of Nrsimhadev, and she also fasted. Both were on the other sides of the wall, so they didn't notice that either one of them was there. They also swept that temple a little bit so that they could take rest in the night or sit properly. So they got the benefit of sweeping the temple of the Lord, and they got the benefit of staying awake all the night on the appearance day of Nrsimhadev, and without eating anything. So ultimately, next lifetime, that fallen Brahman Vasudev, he became Prahlad Maharaj, and that prostitute became his wife. So this story comes actually about the past life of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. So, so Srila Gurudev is telling that we should try to not waste our time and follow this Krishna consciousness like Prahlad and be very tolerant. Prahlad was to be burnt by a Holika. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him, but he could not be killed. So he was very worried, and his sister came, Holika, and she told her brother that why you are so unhappy, why you are looking rejected. He said, I cannot kill my son, I want to kill him. So Holika said, I have a benediction from, I have from Brahma or someone that I will not die due to fire. So bring your son, I will take him in the lab, arrange a big wooden, stack of wood, dry wood, funeral pyre, and then put lot of ghee and oil in it, and set it on fire, and I will go and sit in that blazing fire. Because of the benediction of Lord Brahma, I will not be perished, but your son will be perished. So don't worry. So she told Prahlad, take, I will give you a lot of milk. Come quickly with me. And she enticed him and took him in the lap, and she went and sat on the pile of wood, and the wood was ignited. And Hiranyakashipu expected that his sister would come uh, alive from the fire, and Prahlad would have died. Her sister's name was Holika. But instead, Prahlad came out and sister was dead. So they asked Prahlad, then how come you survived this blazing fire? And he said, when I was inside the blazing fire, as if there was a very cold jacket all around my body, as if it was a free jacket made from ice or snow, which was covering my body. I never felt any heat of that fire. So Lord Vishnu always protected Prahlad. We should also try to follow in the footsteps of Prahlad and do bhakti. How many obstacles may come, we should not give them up. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Bol. Any more questions? Hare Krishna. Dandavats. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavats. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Dandavad.
Gaurangan Dharmika Giridhari Shri Radha Vinodya Ki Jai. Any questions?
Jai. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Dandavad.
Hare Krishna. जय श्री गुरु गौरांग दामोदर पिता गिरधारी श्री राधा विनोद जी की जय। जय नितला पृष्ठदेव गुरु शिष्य भक्तिदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठदेव गुरु शिष्य भक्तिदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदांत त्रिविक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्रीमद गौर गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्रीमद भक्तिदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। आचार्य केशरी श्री श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति जीवन जनार्दन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति श्री सिद्धांति गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नितला पृष्ठम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन द्वादश वनात्मक श्री मंडल की जय। श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। भक्त श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। नरसिंह की जय। जय औगलम नरसिंह स्वामी की जय। पानकल नरसिंह स्वामी की जय। दंडी स्वामी शिष्य भक्तिदांत दंडी महाराज जी की जय। नामनिष्ठ संत शैनदास प्रभु की जय। अन्यंतरंडी पादगण की जय। समस्त वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय श्री नरसिंह व्रत की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्ण।